BodyBags, where horror lies.
Hello, I'm Sam. I'm your Thursday guide for BodyBags, and this week I am doing, in my opinion, one of the best sequels when it comes to horror movies, and maybe even ever, but as of right now, horror movies. I am doing Phantasm II. The ball's back. This movie was made in 1988, basically 10 years after the first Phantasm movie came out. Don Coscarelli still made it, but the difference between 1 and 2 is that 1 was an independent made movie, and 2 not only was not an independent movie, but had a way bigger budget, like 10 times the budget this had. Basically the story is that our main character, Michael, not only is played by a different actor, but is in a mental institution because, you know, people think he's crazy because, you know, his stories of the tall man and stuff. He finally gets out, and he, as soon as he gets out, starts going to cemeteries, starts digging up boxes, looking to see if dead people are in them, and they're not. But before he's able to keep digging and searching, his best friend, Reggie, comes in and stops him from keep digging up stuff. Classic Reggie. He's the ice cream man from the first movie, not crazy ice cream man from Ice Cream Man, but I'm talking about he was just an ice cream man in the first movie. Anyways, something really bad happens and Reggie believes Mike, and then they both set out to go and find it and kill and once and for all put a stake in his heart. Him being the tall man. Now, why I think this is one of the best sequels out there. Well, let's state the facts. 1, nice story. 2, epic music. 3, a nice cast, and just a couple other, here and there. Some subplots, some gestures, some moments that were kind of funny or memorable. I always love it. There's this scene where there's this priest, and he's about to stab a dead body. And then he stabs the body, and the wife, because it's a guy, the wife, and she's a really old person, right? They're old people. She sees him do this, and then he does this when he hears her fake or whatever. He's or something stupid like that. And when I first saw it, I just died laughing. It was the funniest, not the funniest thing ever, but it was really funny. And it's just this is the face he made was God, it was just funny. I think these movies, I could be mistaken, I think all these movies might be on Tubi or something to that effect. It's either 1 to 5, except for 2 are on Tubi, and then 2 is somewhere, or it's the other way around. Anyways, the point is you have a lot of different things that come together, and I would say the only things I don't like about the movie, there's a couple of this and a couple of that. When I go and watch a horror movie, I'm not going to watch a horror movie because there's nude or whatever, stuff like that, right? I go to watch a movie because of story, and this movie has some of that, and then I'm okay, whatever. But other than that, languages, this is when it comes to the extra stuff that's added to the movie, there's some people that would go and watch the movie just because of that, but it is, it's them. But everything about the movie is really nice though, other than that, everything about the movie is really cool. And I love how each Phantasm movie that Coscarelli made, at least except for the last one, because the last one wasn't a Coscarelli movie, is that each Phantasm movie ended with a cliffhanger at the very end. Plot twist, cliffhanger, whatever you want to call it. And I love the one for 2. I thought it was pretty interesting. And there's this deleted scene, or not deleted scene, this this one take where Angus Scrimm, who, I'm sorry, I didn't say the cast names. Angus Scrimm plays the tall man. You know, he's like the big tall guy who's like, you know, he looks like he's a really old guy that used to smoke weed or something. I'm just playing, but anyways, he says something, you know, he says something different from what he says in the movie. And it's just a funny thing what he says. It's like, I forgot what he said, but it was pretty funny. One thing that I thought was really interesting about the movie, so in the first movie, the actor that plays Mike, who is the main character, was Michael Baldwin. I think that's his name. Yeah, it's like Michael something, but I'm pretty sure it's Baldwin. And then for Phantasm II, it's like the only thing that the big company didn't want Coscarelli to do was bring that actor back to play Mike. And I'm like, really? Why? It's whatever. So they had like a bunch of different like interviews and stuff. Not interviews, like, you know, auditions for it and whatever. I'm trying to find the guy's name. James Lee Gros, who ends up playing Mike in Phantasm II. And I heard this thing once, and I'm not entirely sure if it's true, but I'm pretty sure it is, that one of the actors that auditioned for Mike was Brad Pitt. And I'm thinking, I mean, like, that was that time period. He could have played him. And I'm just, whenever I watch this movie, I always think Brad Pitt could have been in this movie. Could have been our main character. And I'm just thinking, wow, that would have been pretty cool. That would have been pretty cool. But, I don't know. If I ever meet Brad Pitt, you know, if he's, like, on his deathbed or whatever, or if I just see him out in public or whatever, you know, later on in life, I'm like, that's probably the first thing I'm going to ask him, or, like, be like, hey, did you audition for Phantasm II? And then he's probably just going to be like, oh, I can't. That's classified information, you know, whatever, right? But, I mean, yeah, I really like this movie. The story's really nice. A, B, and C is really nice. How they, you know, defeat the tall man at the end of the movie is pretty cool. The effects are pretty cool. The dialogue's really cool. In the end of the day, everything about the movies is either really nice or cool or, you know, this or that. And, like, I love the music for this movie. The music is dope. I love the music for this movie. But, anyways, I'm Sam. I'm your Thursday guy for BodyBags. This week I did Phantasm II, The Ball's Back. And, if I had to rate this movie right now, it would have to be an 8.9. I just love the movie, okay? It's a really well-put, well-made movie. That's the one cover for it. This is the original cover for it. I always love how it's Phantasm II, The Ball's Back. Always love that. But anyways, I'm Sam. I'm your Thursday guy for BodyBags. And I'll see you next week.